Hello, my name is Larry Venable. I'm with the Board Recruitment Committee. And fellow villagers, we need your help. As we near the 50th anniversary of Hot Springs Village, we find ourselves in a very unique position of being one of the most attractive places to live in America. For myself, my wife and I originally retired to Florida, and we loved it there. But by sheer accident, we discovered the village, and we wish we'd have moved here first. It is a wonderful place to live. Beautiful natural surroundings with an extremely low cost of living, extremely friendly people, and a zillion things to do, and the traffic is nothing like Florida. 50 years also means the village is getting older, and new and different challenges face us as we move into the next several years. Our infrastructure is getting older. It needs work. Competition grows stronger, and the market for potential residents is gradually changing. So to deal with these challenges, we need a strong board of directors that we can rely on to guide us over the next several years, and that's where you come in. The village deserves and needs the best board we can possibly have, a group of people whom we can trust to look out for our best interests, and we're asking your help to find these people. So the purpose of this video is to involve you in recruiting potential board members. Keep in mind, there's a 40% turnover in board members every year, so we need an ongoing pipeline of quality candidates. The other purpose was to take a moment to explain the strategic issues facing us and identify ideal skill sets for board members. People ask me, why did you get involved in this? And my answer is really very simple, in fact a bit selfish. I'm concerned about my own financial situation. We've been here 5 years, and in that time our market value has remained basically flat. There has been an uptick recently. That's been nice. There's also, our population remained basically flat for several years now, and that really concerns me. We have one of the lowest, if not the lowest, cost of living anywhere, particularly for a community that has so many benefits. But if we don't grow, that cost is going to go nowhere but up. You have probably already seen this data, which shows that our maintenance costs will continue to rise by 2.6% annually over the next several years, while the revenue will rise by only 1.5%. Which means if something doesn't change, you and I will get hit with assessments and higher amenity costs. So to keep that from happening, we need help. We need more residents here to share the burden. The other reason I got involved with this is that I feel I have a personal responsibility to keep the village viable, current, well-maintained, beautiful, and attractive to existing and future generations. One of the things that really bothered me was a letter to the editor in the Village Voice in which the writer said he didn't care about a master plan for the next 20 or 25 years. He'd be dead by then. Well, that's kind of like saying, I don't care if democracy in the U.S. fails, I'll be dead anyway. What? What kind of thinking is that? Don't we all have a social responsibility to leave our parks and our cities the way we found them, or better than we found them? Heck, my kids might move here. Your kids might move here. So I believe we have a social responsibility to keep the village the best it can be. So as we move into the next several years, future boards will have 4 major goals on which to focus. Protect property owner value and lifestyle. To strengthen the financial health of the village. To build property owner trust and support. And provide welcoming visitor experiences that encourage property ownership. Those are called the 4 enterprise goals. And it's very interesting to see how the goals laid out in the comprehensive master plan blend so well with the enterprise goals. The CMP goals say to protect long-term fiscal sustainability, to maintain and preserve the natural character, to address service gaps like broadband and everybody wants a grocery store, and to achieve innovative, controlled growth. I think you will agree with me that almost everybody loves the village. I know people who have moved here from California, Texas, Florida, Wisconsin, Michigan. They all say they've checked out other places to live, but this is by far the best. My point is this. There's going to come a time when suddenly this place catches on. It's too good not to. And all of a sudden there could be a burst of people who want to move here. But we don't want the urban sprawl that we have seen in so many other places. One of the best parts of the master plan is that it shows us how to maintain and preserve the natural character and control the growth. By the way, did you know that Cooper started 7 communities like ours? The other 6 have now become a municipality or part of another municipality. They have no gates, no security, and none of those 6 had a master plan for their future. We're the only ones that do. And I, for one, do not relish the idea of big semi-trucks rolling down DeSoto. Now, keep in mind that these goals and all decisions made by the board are driven by the purpose of the association's declaration to provide and preserve the value and amenities of the community, by the articles of incorporation, which say to provide for the preservation of the values of the real estate, and the bylaws, which say to preserve the value and to promote the health and safety of and welfare of the residents and commercial owners. So with these goals in mind, here are the strategic needs that future boards will work on. The CMP, the master plan, will need to be implemented accurately and carefully over the next several years. It's a plan, and it protects us, but modification will be required as we go along. As I've said, we want growth, but we want it controlled. We need economic development. I should add that since the master plan has been approved, 4 developers have stepped forth and approached POA leadership. They see a place that would have a very low land cost and low taxes for them, a place with some 14,000 people already here that gives them a chance to make a profit. And with the master plan now in place, they know they have a future. Effective governance. We need a board that will monitor and manage the vision and the plans as we go forward. A board that will watch the costs, maintain our assets, and ensure the POA leadership is doing what is best for the village as a whole. Value-focused culture. As I said earlier, I moved here from Florida, and I know people from all around the country, and we all agree that value-wise, this is without question one of the best places in the U.S. to live. We want that value to continue. So these are big challenges. And as I've said, we need a strong board of directors to deal with them. It would be nice if we had board members with these competencies. It would be nice to have people with financial or technical backgrounds, somebody with an economic development background. It'd be nice to have an attorney or a real estate developer, a business leader, someone with great marketing experience. As I said, it would be nice to have these competencies. But regardless of competencies, we need board members who have drive, who want to get things done, people who are interested in the village, people who are open-minded, and people who have demonstrated leadership qualities. So do you know people who fit these descriptions? If you do approach someone you know about serving on the board, they might ask you, what does a board member actually do? Well, here are the responsibilities of the board. They recruit the CEO. They provide effective directional planning. They set and oversee the articles of governance and ensure compliance. They assess and monitor the CEO and themselves, their board's effectiveness, and they protect the association's assets, which is called a fiduciary responsibility. Some people are confused about the word fiduciary. It means a fiduciary acts in the best interests of the association, and a member does not represent a group or a minority interest. When you talk to that person about running for the board, be sure to tell them that they will be recognized as a leader. They will have the satisfaction of knowing they have helped the village be a better place. And they can help shape policy. Board members are expected to attend the monthly meetings, to to keep up with village issues, be open-minded. This is a very important point. Many new board members come with very specific ideas on what and how things should be done. But what so often happens is after they get exposed to all the facts and circumstances, they modify their thinking. Any board member who has or is serving will tell you that. And the last expectation is that members will help achieve the vision for the village. So, on December 17th, anyone who is just considering the possibility of running for the board can attend an orientation at the Coronado Community Center. There will be 2 sessions, 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., to accommodate those who may have a golf game or a meeting or a pickleball match that day. The format will be a very short presentation, followed by a question and answer period with a panel of 3 board members. Those who attend can ask any question they wish and will get the real scoop from people who have been there and done that. So what should you do? Meet with someone you know. Say something like, I think you would be a great board member because, and you can fill in the blanks. Why don't you think about attending that orientation on December the 17th? So I leave you with this question. Who do you know that you would love to see on the board? And it's okay if it's you.